When I lived in Denver, those Sundays, you could rob a bank.
Yeah.
You could stab
And you might
somebody.
have. That's part of it.
I'll never forget when I was in the mall.
Wait a second. I think you did have an issue there.
I had a couple of issues there.
You don't even go to Colorado anymore, right?
Yeah, I go to Denver.
Oh, you do?
I just can't go to Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle and parts of Oregon. Seattle and parts of Idaho, unknown. When I lived in Denver, I still remember when they played against the Cleveland Browns, the drive.
Right.
I was at the mall during the drive. And I'll never forget seeing everybody in the hallways watching TVs that Radio Shack had and stuff. And going, if I was going to rob this place, this is the time we'd do it. Nobody would care.
The funny thing is, I would say something like that. It's a joke. You say something like that, you're casing the place.
Oh, let me explain something to you. The best thing in my future that happened is that they tore that mall down. When I tell you I sank that mall financially, I'm not lying to you. I went in there with 3 credit cards in the summer of '85 and threw the cards away and would still go back in there. And I remember walking in that mall one day and they had a CD player, Radio Shack, without a box, like a
display unit, yeah.
Display unit. And the guys were all the way in the back talking. And I go, you know what? I could use a CD player in my house. I'll never forget unplugging it and just wrapping it and walking out of the fucking mall. Like still walking 30 yards to the door and then going to my car. I destroyed that mall.
Oh, God.
The first time, then I got a job at Foot Locker.
You got a job
At the mall after I ruined it with credit cards. And the cops came and they go, you fit the description. Somebody in the ice cream court said you used a credit card there. And I'm like, you're going to have to prove it. There was no cameras back then. Right. So they kept coming back.
And so you're wearing the referee jersey?
The Foot Locker, like an asshole that I was. I applied for the job in June. They called me in August.
Okay.
And then and then the cops came in there like, we want to arrest you. They talked to me like 3 times. And they wanted me to cop to it, and I wouldn't cop to it.
So in 2 months, you destroyed the mall. That's
in
it.
2 months, I destroyed that fucking mall. And then I went back for more. And then I went back. I went to Aspen, then back to Boulder. And then I was taking classes at the University of Colorado. And they would buy anything up on them. It's called the U District. The U District is in Seattle. This was called, I forget what Boulder Hill or what, the Hill. The Hill is 3 blocks, gyms, Mexican restaurants. Right. Everything is catered to kids. Pizza place, movie theater, 18 and over bar, that type of shit. But they would buy anything because college kids got broke.
Right.
So you could bring anything. So I had the scam at Sears. The door was right by the music department. Was right by the door. I would park right there and just walk in. And every day I would take the Bruce Springsteen 4-package collection. It was like the hit of this. It was $99, like $89 for a Bruce Springsteen box. He's on the cover with a guitar in his hand. How do I remember? Because Bruce Springsteen put a lot of money in my pocket that year. There were displays of Bruce Springsteen, 5 at a time, and I would pick them up and walk out there. And I would go right to the Hill, get my $200, and then I would go eat like a fucking sandwich or something. It was destruction. But then I was out on bail on the kidnapping case. And I was running out of money. And I go, you know what? I'm going to go back up to the CD store. So I started robbing them every other day. This went on for about a week or 2.
Not many people can just say that sentence. I started robbing them every other day.
I would go to the CD store every other day. I didn't want to be a fucking pig.
No, regulate yourself.
I had to go like every 2 or 3 days.
Monday, Wednesday,
Then there was a student center. I was tormenting them because they would buy books secondhand, and I would just pick up a stack of books. I wouldn't even walk in the front door. I just bring them up, and I go, my mother got me these, but I already got them. She wasn't thinking. And they go, do you want cash or a check? You know what? I don't need the cash, but I'll take it. And they would give me back the money for the books plus tax.
What's it like to not have a conscience?
It's tremendous.
That's the greatest life. Your life is incredible until you get caught, but then you have the stories.
What is it that you want me to do to change that? Like, that's why it pisses me off that people go after governors for putting blackface on, or the chief fucking judge because he covered some chick's mouth in 1982. You got nowhere to go. So if he would have came out and said, yeah, in 1982 I choked the girl at a party, he wouldn't have had to deal with that.
I don't know if it works in politics the same way.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Because it works in life that way. If you don't say it, if I get it out first, you got nowhere to go.
That helps. That can help.
You got nowhere to go. 8 Mile. When he goes, what are you gonna do when he goose on you about the girl? He goes, if you put it out there first, he's got nowhere to go.
Right. Yeah, because it diffuses the situation. Trump does that a lot. You watch Trump; he'll be like, "I did this," and he'll put a little spin on it to make it his way. It happened. There was a lot. It was not my problem. And then people are like, "Yeah, he did it. So what?"
It's not who I am today, but thinking back at who that person was that would be out on bail for kidnapping, and would go every other day to either the student center. Like one day I went to the student center, had a watch rack with watches, Timex, whatever the fuck. I picked up the whole thing and put it on my shoulder like a body in Vietnam, and I just walked out. If you're going to let me rob and you're not going to pay attention to me, I got to rob you in those days. I was that nuts in Boulder.
Yeah, that's crazy, but you're getting away with it, so why would you stop?
Getting away, I would control myself.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's not controlling yourself. What do you think controlling yourself is?
Dog, I would rob 24/7 if you. I remember when double espresso machines came out in '95. I was a struggling comic.
I don't even hold on. Let me digest this. Because you're going into stories about stealing 24/7, and then I remember when double espressos came out.
Because I had control before I got arrested. And went to prison. I had no control. Like that's when I got caught. So I'm out on bail for the kidnapping. I get caught with like 85 fucking CDs, and they chase me like a little black guy in a golf cart and a little white skinny guy. Like, come back! And I'm running, throwing CDs back at me, shit, trying to throw them off.
Like you're a superhero.
Oh my god! And they got me. The cops finally got me, and I gave them a fake name. They arrested me, and I processed. Now I had just been in there for a month waiting to get bail. Every cop knew Joey. I went in there as Jimmy. And they're fingerprinting me, and I'm like, "How you doing?" They're like, "Joey, how you?" And I'm looking at the fingerprint card. It's like Jimmy, whatever. And I'm like, "These guys, if you're gonna be that stupid," and then I went back to court as that guy. I pled guilty, and I got community service, and I did the community service. Years later, I found out. Boulder found out you used a different name. But what are they gonna do? You did the community service. You paid the fine. Crazy shit. That you wouldn't even, now you can't get away with that.
I was going to say, now there's no way.
Cannot get away with that.
Because that's all electronic and stuff like that.
Now you can't get away with that.
But that's, I mean, you make me want to go back in time and start robbing people.
And then in those days, remember when Frank Caliendo put his fingerprints down? NCIS was so slow.
Right.
3 weeks before your records came back. So you could sit in county for 2 weeks with a murder, knowing, working your bail, and get out before the NCIS come out back on you. Yeah. The NCIS wouldn't come back on you for fucking 3 fucking weeks. That's how slow it was then. So I could use fake names. I could do all this shit because by the time they figured out who the fuck I really was, I was gone. I was on a Greyhound bus to the next city.
So what did you do with the espresso machines?
Well, the espresso machines, I had control. The espresso machines were $450.
You keep saying you have control. I mean, is this you telling us, or are you trying to convince yourself?
Me, I don't give a fuck. It was 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, right. No, yeah.
It was 25 years ago. I was 95.
I forgot the double espresso machines are how this story started.
It was $450 for an espresso, coffee, cappuccino machine. All these assholes on sale for $350. I'm walking into those stores, just picking up the thing. I wasn't even walking out of the store, frankly. How sad is that? I would just go into customer service and go, "How you doing? My mother got me this for Christmas." What the fuck? And they go, "Okay."
It's always somebody giving you something.
That's the only way you could sell it.
That's how you do it.
What do you think? I was walking down the street.
I don't have a gift receipt, but
then I got to the point where I'd hang out in front of Kmart. This is when you're a fucking real piece of shit. I'd hang out in front of Kmart on windy days and wait for people's receipts to fly off. And one day I'm looking at this guy in a cart pushing 2x4s and 2x6s and 2x12s, but on top he's got a lawnmower. And he's pushing, it's windy out, and all of a sudden the receipt flew out. I go over, I pick it up, I look, the lawnmower is $450. So I walk into the fucking Kmart, they got no more lawnmowers. I go, fuck it. I went out to Longmont, Colorado, 30 miles away, went to a Kmart in there, they had the thing. The best was, I went back and I gave the Mexican kid a 10. Bring this up to the counter for me. He brought it up to the counter, and I told the lady, "How you doing? My mother gave me this. It's the wrong one." This time I had a receipt. This time they had nowhere to go. He just, no, I'm telling you, I bought the, "Why don't you go back to Boulder?" I go, "I didn't want to drive. I live here."
I left this here.
And they give me the money back.
I can't.
It's, and I was doing 3 or 4 of those espresso machines a day. Like on the way to Denver Comedy Works.
You needed the espresso
to stay. I would stop in Westminster I'd stop in the Denver Mall. I would show up at the Comedy Works with $1,200 in my pocket. On the way there, the Comedy Works open mic started at 8. I'd leave my house at 6 and stop in Bloomfield, Westminster, and just stop at the mall. It takes a certain age where we get hit in the face with reality. I got hit in the face with reality about money in 85 or 86 or 87 because what we're told is that you need money to have friends, you need money to have a women, you need money to have a good time.
Happiness.
You need money to have happiness, and that is completely a fucking farce. That is completely just a fallacy. That is completely a fucking fallacy. I know people who were broke and who were having a great time, and now they have money and they're married and they're fucking miserable.
How do you get over the stress of not having money, or do they just not have it to begin with? Like, the stresses that come with not having money, I think are what hold a lot of people back.
I had stress about not having money until I was about 30 years old. And then at 31 or 32, something happened that changed my fucking life forever. I lost everything. When I tell you everything, I tell you everything. You know, when I got out of fucking being locked up, I worked my ass off, Lee. I worked my fucking ass off, bro. 1987, 1988, 1989. So 89. I was born in 63. What's 89?
26.
I was 26 years old. From 89 to 93, I basically didn't stop. And 2 of those years I did comedy. You know, in 1989, when I got out of that fucking hole, I came out with my feet and I planted them, and it was all. I didn't even give a fuck. I didn't even give a fuck. First job I had was probably detailing cars, but it took me 4 days to start selling blow.
At the dealership?
I had my own fucking operation. I was washing cars at some guys for commission. Plus, I didn't give them their phone. I had a pager. So I could be at Lee's house, and they would call me. And I would just have to leave your house and go to a payphone and call. And I go, where you at? In those days, there was no caller ID. I could say, I'm over here in the office. What's up? No, we just want to check in. Let us know when you're coming home on the way home. Okay, bye. That's a scam I was pulling. But I was leaving that halfway house at 7:30, and I wasn't coming back till 9. And, you know, once I got the first day I just went and set the shop up and got the buffers right and the inks right. And I made a few calls to fucking different dealers. They said, call these dealers and let them know that there's a detailer here, and they were kind of apprehensive. But then I got in my car and I went to all those dealers and started talking to them. And within a fucking weekly, I was working 7 fucking days a week. Just chilling out, fucking slinging that fucking powder like it was going out of style.
Where do you put money when you're selling coke? Like, do you just hide it places?
In those days, I was leaving at the dealership overnight because if they searched me, I could only have $40 on me at a time. But when you're selling coke, you just hide it in your house. You hide it at your girlfriend's house. You have a partner. You hide it at his house.
Because there's no banks, right? You can't do banks at all.
You could do everything. People don't know nothing because you keep a day job. It's like they said in the 7-5, okay? So you have a day job. That day job gives you a check. With that check, you pay for your bills, your credit cards, your car payments, your mortgage, your rent, you know, that type of shit. With the coke money, you pay for the extras. But you're putting it away, you're hiding it. People know you got coke money. As soon as people buy coke from you, they know you're doing something with your fucking money. It's in your house, Lee. But after you get a certain amount, you move it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want $60,000 in your house. I don't want nothing over $3,000 in my house if I'm a dealer. I don't want them. I could always say I borrowed $1,500 from Lee, and I was about to go to the bank and put it in there. I could always say I borrowed $2,000 from Lee, and I was going to the bank to get it in there.
So you're a busy dealer, right? It's a Friday night. I don't know, make $10,000. Like, let's just say you're gonna make $10,000 that night. What do you do? Do you stop every 3 and go, or does someone come pick it up?
$10,000 cash profit.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Sure.
$10,000.
I'm just making the number up because I don't know what it could be. It could be $100,000.
I'm gonna probably sell 2 ounces in grams on a Friday night.
Okay.
Maybe wholesale, whatever, too, and then sell an ounce wholesale, which I still make maybe $1,000 or something, maybe $800 or something like that. So let's pretend I make $10,000 on a Friday night. Profit? You hide it, Lee.
No, but you said as a dealer you wouldn't want more than $3,000.
Right. So you put it at somebody's house, somebody that you
But would
trust.
you stop during the night and like go drop it off? Do you think? I'm just trying to like, because that's, to me,
You have to be very sly. It's a sly life. You got to watch who's watching you. You got to know who knows your movements. You got to have a friend that you could trust. You know, if I was a coke dealsman right now, guess whose house I would hide everything at?
whose?
I'm looking at him.
Really?
Cash, scale.
Would you tell me?
Sure, I'd pay your rent, plus your car payment, plus your grocery bills. I'd pay for everything. I'd give you $2,000-$3,000 a month. Why wouldn't I? I wouldn't sell cocaine out of your house. I wouldn't have any powder at your house. I would just have a scale there with my phone numbers.
Would there be a rule? Like,
And
would
my
you be
cash.
like, there
No.
can't be any parties here. There can't be.
Oh, you got $200,000 in your safe. You want to have a party there and somebody takes you $200,000, now you got to come to me and say, "Hi, I had my friends over, Ashley and a Chinese friend, and now my $200,000."
Well, I don't, but there must be some idiots out there who are just like, I had a party, man.
No.
No?
But at different levels. Let's pretend. Let me take you back. 1986, when I had I had a rotating $30,000 in the other house.
30,000?
30,000.
At any moment, there's 30,000.
Bandaged up at that house, 30,000 the whole time, and then I would have a revolving 8 or 9 on me, and I'd put 5 in there every fucking week, 5 or 10, so it'd be up to 40, 50. Then I'd invest in something stupid,
Like what?
like I'd go partners with you on 20 pounds of weed, something that would take my time up slowly and give me my return back slowly, so I always knew I was making money. Do you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's just...
That's so funny that you called like buying a big amount of drugs like an investment.
Sure, that's what it is.
You're like an entrepreneur,
I go
yeah.
partners with you on something. So now you come to me and you say, I know a guy, he wants to buy fucking 2 pounds, he wants to buy 10 pounds of blow. I only have enough to cover 4. Cover 6 with partners. Let's do it. I didn't do anything. I just lent you fucking $6,000 or $60,000. And I became your partner. There's so many fucking things you could do, Lee, with cash, especially now. I was stupid and young. I just put it under my bed and I had it bundled up next door. I didn't show it to anybody. Nobody knew it was there. I wasn't that fucking stupid. Nobody knew I had the money. My girlfriend at the time knew I had the money, but nobody else knew I had the money.
How long did it take you to tell the girlfriend?
She saw me making it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, every time I go over there and make one of those trips, let's pretend I'd make $17,000. I'd spend 7 and I'd put away 10. And out of the 7, I'd keep front money again. So I'd probably keep $3,500 again for my next batch. There's so many fucking things you could do. And then once, Lee, I never really made money. But let's pretend I'm a guy that's making...
What do you mean you didn't make money?
I made chump money on coke. Let's pretend you're moving like Adrian Diaz. He's making $1 million a month. Now we got a problem. You got to wash that money. You got to figure out how to fucking clean that money. You got to put bodegas, hot dog stands, and you're going to have the most lucrative hot dog stands in the history of America. Each hot dog stand's got to make $15,000 a day.
Did you ever do what they did and go to a casino?
No. I did it a different way, but I never really... That's how dumb I was, Lee. I mean, they took the money and went and exchanged it for hundreds. I didn't even do that. You know what I would do with money? Lend it out. I've always loved lending money out. For juice. Love it. Love it.
See, that seems like the most stressful one out there because you have to worry about people giving you your money back.
No. You come to me and go, Joey, you know what? I want to open up my own studio. Got 4 podcasts going in there already, blah, 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 blah. What would you charge me for $30,000? And I'd say, give me $1,250 a week. Until you give me the $30,000 or the $300,000, whatever. So I just milk you. You just keep giving me $1,250 a week for fucking until somebody gives you a lump sum of $300,000. Then you pay me.
Fuck. Yeah, but what if people don't want to pay? I mean,
they always pay, Lee.
But no, they don't.
Yes, they do.
What about all these people losing their houses, though?
Oh, those people. No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Shylock people.
Well, yeah, but
when you come to me as a man and you go, I need to borrow $50,000. I'm going to pay you interest. There's people that make a living. People don't want to know. A lot of businesses can't go to a bank and borrow money, so they borrow money on fucking juice terms, and you got to pay the fucking juice, Lee. Right now, when you see those, what do you think all those fucking things, those ads are for? Get cash quick.
Oh yeah.
The fuck you think they are? They're legal loan sharks.
Oh right.
They're legal loan sharks.
What is it called? The cash checking or
all that shit. They're legal loan sharks. Legal that you sit there and go, I can't believe this is happening to me. Tomorrow, go to Zales. Tell me you want to finance Paula's ring.
Okay. It's not a good idea?
Oh, see how much you pay for that fucking doozy at the end. If the ring is $1,000, you're going to pay $18,000 after 3 fucking years. They vig you to death on that shit. It's 26% interest.
From the beginning?
Fuck yeah. They tell you 0 down, no payments for a year. Ooh, what do you think that first payment's going to be at 26% interest? That's a lump sum, Jack. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. They're just giving away charity and we're just going to give you a fucking ring for Paula. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to make you pay for it. They specialize in that shit. That's how they get you, financing the engagement ring through them.
Well, everything is fucking like that. Like the flowers at Valentine's Day and flights when it's the holidays. It's crazy that we let people do this to us. Like gas. The craziest thing I ever heard about gas is like gas stations buy it, right? And then they put it in the tanks, and then the gas price fluctuates. But if it goes down, but if it goes down, we don't get the lower price. They can still charge us whatever they want higher. So it's crazy how much.
In other words, we're getting fucked, Lee.
At every end.
That's right. And once you accept it, it makes your life a lot easier. Then you have to decide on how many people you let fuck you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? That's a complete different story. Every day I see somebody on Twitter complaining about a different corporation. Whether it's an airline, DirecTV, fucking the cable people, what's the people who do the fucking wiring, AT&T. There's always somebody bitching on there. How do you get in somebody's pants?
Me?
When you really want somebody, how do you get in somebody's pants? Anybody.
Well,
you know how you get in somebody's pants when you really want them? You leave them alone.
Or reject them a little.
Nobody can figure it out. When you're hot on somebody for 2 months and one night you're like, I'm done with this bitch. You go to a strip club and you bother the same bitch every night for 2 months.
She's not interested.
Tells you she's got a boyfriend or whatever, and then you go in there and you pull out the baddest bitch for $800 or $1,000, whatever she wants. Next night when you come back, that stripper's gonna be pissed off at you. There's just something about women and men that drives us crazy.
Rejection.
When we get shut down. Comics have the same. I used to study comics at the store. When a comic is big time and he's holding court, he's not concerned about the 6 people that are holding court. He's concerned about the one guy standing in the corner not listening to him.
Always.
Okay? He's not pissed off about the 7 people there. He's not concerned about them. He's got them.
Yeah.
I've seen stars go up to the store. I've been sitting in the lot just smoking pot, watching. And I would watch the so-called stars, holding court. But certain comics not even giving a fuck that they were there. And you could see it was driving them crazy.
It's human nature.
Human nature.
To want the one that's not paying attention.
Not paying attention to you.
I do this sometimes. Like, I was at a party one night and there was a guy I was into, and all the girls were kind of into this guy. Like, everybody was trying with him. And I talked to him for a few minutes. And then I just went in an empty room at this party, and I sat down on a couch and I just started watching TV. Like, I literally just did my own thing.
I come over to you.
15 minutes later, he came in the room, hung out with me the rest of the night. And it was just because I was the one that wasn't trying.
Done.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. I felt like I won.
We were talking about it yesterday, that how my reaction is to women. This is why if something come up, it's bullshit, because I need to break your balls. Like, I've had, in Boulder one time I was on a date. And I had met this girl, it wasn't like an online date. I knew her, and we went out to eat or something. And I didn't know, like, you ever see that movie Blind Date? Before they took it, it's an old movie from '87. It's hilarious. Bruce Willis and Kim Basinger.
No, I
This is when Kim Basinger really didn't know what she wanted to do. She was making all these movies with these good-looking leading men. And she did this movie with Bruce Willis, and they told him specifically not to give her booze.
To give her, booze.
There were some people that you cannot give booze to. And before I took this girl out with my demented mind, her friend pulled me aside and go, whatever you do not give her alcohol. And in my demented male mind,
You're like, hell yeah, I'm giving
that's
her.
the first thing I'm doing.
No way.
Yeah. So the first place I took it was for a shot. And once she had the first shot, she lost it. And she started having more shots and getting louder. And now I'm like, what am I going to do with this girl? So I figured, let me take her back to the bar where her girlfriends work so she could calm down. Now, by no means, I do not want anybody to get me wrong. I wanted to fuck this girl more than anything in the world. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't even believe she was on a date with me. I was just starting to do comedy, and she had a beautiful ensemble. And we were pulled up at the parking lot. She's going crazy in the car, like singing loud. Like Lee would have had a couple weeks ago, a girl came over to Lee's house and was talking about ayahuasca and all this shit. And Lee almost dialed 911 on it because I can't handle that shit either.
Yeah.
I don't drink. So a drunk woman gets on my last fucking
Me
nerve.
too. I hate drunk people.
There's two types of drunk women. There's drunk women that are a pain in the ass, and there's drunk women that are fun.
Yeah.
At least this girl
was fun.
She was making me laugh. But as we pulled up, she turned around, looked at me, and she goes, "This is a perfect place for us to fuck." And she took her shirt and she just ripped her clothes off. That was her freak. She liked when you ripped her clothes off.
Yeah, well, who does?
She ripped her clothes off.
In the car?
In the car, ripped her skirt off, and here we are in the parking lot banging. And I'm like out of water. Like, she fucked the shit on me in the car. I got to walk into this bar, like, with pussy on my breath and shit.
Oh!
And I'm like, and they're like, where is whatever her name was? And I'm like, she's out in the car. I couldn't tell her she couldn't come in because her rip was shredded.
Oh, her clothes are gone.
Her clothes were shredded. Yeah. She was sitting in the car with like a blanket on, waiting for me to bring her like a fucking vodka tonic. So I came out, I brought her a vodka tonic.
Holy shit.
We finished fucking in the car. We went back to my place. I gave her like sweatpants and a shirt now. She was adopted. And her real brother was visiting her from out of town, and her brother knew the type of freak she was. And when I dropped her off, she had her clothes.
How?
When I dropped her off, she had her clothes in her hand in a bundle with her heels. Like she had ripped off her top.
Wait, what did you give her to wear? A shirt or something?
I took her back to my house and gave her like sweatpants.
Oh my God.
She was tiny. She was a tiny chick.
Yeah.
So I had like fine fine clothes from other chicks like that I had, like a surplus over the years. You have like, you keep like a pair of panties or something.
Yeah.
So I dressed her up and I remember taking her home. And I'll never forget, like her, like she was in. Like she loved it that I attacked her and that she ripped her clothes. She kept telling me, rip my skirt. And I was like, I can't. And then we kept dating and she would tell me, rip my clothes off, just don't rip the bra because they're $40. Rip everything else off. She would have like dollar store panties and I would have to rip them off.
Oh my God.
So, but I don't even know the point we're getting to here. When she first told me, when she turned to me, Kate, and said, so, are we gonna fuck? Kate, every piece of energy left my body. Like I was ready. If I could have, I would have pressed the button. You know how the early James Bond car, you would shoot out of the car? Like I would have shot out of the car.
Oh.
Because I'm the type of guy, I have to tell you, Kate, you're looking good. Let's see what that pussy tastes like. If you bring it upon me, there's guys that fold.
Huh.
Have you ever met a guy where you were aggressive with him and he kind of folded a little bit?
Kind of.
Yes.
Kind of.
I'm one of those fucking fags. I'll fold under fucking questioning.
It's happened to me before where I'll go out with a guy. Okay, this drives me insane. If you want to get a girl to fuck you, here is a great way to do it. It's happened to me a couple times that I'll go on a couple dates with a guy and I'll be into him, but I'll hold back on fucking him because I don't want to do it too soon because I like him, right? Or I'm trying to set some precedent like, oh, I want to actually date him. And a couple times, if I don't fuck him by like date 3 or 4, they kind of disappear. And if I like them, then I start to try to use the sex to lure them back in. I haven't done this in a while, but there's one guy in particular. I literally, the last night we hung out, we were like almost hooked up, but we didn't. And I was like, next time, for sure, we're fucking. And then the guy never took me out again. And I would text him every once in a while. Like, I would send him a hot photo. I'd be like, I'm in your neighborhood. Let's get naked. I eventually just went straight to let's fuck. Like, I was just throwing it out there because once someone won't sleep with me, but I've had a taste, I want it. I can't help it.
And especially when they pull back.
Yes.
Or especially when they go, you know what, I'm going to pass on Kate.
Yeah. Because I'm like, why? What happened? And then it makes me go a little nutty because I'm like trying to figure out, why doesn't he want to fuck me? And then, of course, like the arrogant part of my brain is like, he's gay. Like, that's my first go-to. I'm like, he's got to be gay. Why won't he fuck me? Or he has a girlfriend. But it's happened to me 3 or 4 times. If I don't fuck them by date 3 or 4, they don't try. And then once you throw it out there, you send a naked photo, you try too hard, they're out.
They're out. Some guys cannot be. And a lot of guys listening to this going, yeah, Joe, you don't know what you're talking. I'm telling you, I've had friends that have told me the same situations. I have a dear friend that I still talk to. And when we were kids, I was living in Colorado and went home. And one night he goes, I want you to meet me at this bar. I want you to meet me to my new girlfriend. And her name was Karen. But after years, we started calling her Crazy Karen. She was the real deal. And this was like maybe their 4th date. Or their 5th date, and he got up to go to the bathroom, and she looked me straight in the face, and she goes, so what do I got to do to get your friend to fuck me? And I was like at a bar, I was 21, and I didn't know how to react. I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, I've done everything I can for your friend to fuck me. Is he gay? Are you his gay lover? And she was from Jersey. She was like, are you a faggot? Is he a faggot with you? And he walked back right into the conversation. And he goes, what's going on? I go, no, we were just talking. He goes, no, tell him. What's the deal? You ever going to fuck me? And he fucking turned pale. And he was like, what type of fucking woman are you? Like, I was in shock. And then they ended up dating for years. And they fell in love. And yeah. But after that, she was Crazy Karen.
So it worked, though.
See, but, like, that's my, dream. Like, I was always, like, when you said that, like, if you like someone, the way to get them is to not pay attention to them, I didn't get that memo. Yeah.
You have to figure it out.
I did now, but it's true. I've been single like 10 months, and when I don't return a call, or if I like have to cancel because I have a podcast, or I'd rather do an open mic, they call it like all they want to do is come over. And I was nice for 28 years, 29 years, and it got me nowhere. And like it's so. That annoyed me, but then it also, I would love, like, it's crazy that you don't like when girls are aggressive. That's what I need.
No.
I would love that.
Oh, you need a girl to smack you in the face.
I don't want anyone to smack me.
I need
but
to smack you in the face.
I like when they, like,
on you.
Sometimes I feel like a pervert, because as guys, you always have to be the one to initiate.
You do not.
Well,
but once the girl initiates,
in my past,
I don't know, I like the guy to kind of, like, manhandle me a little. But every once in a while, it's fun to dominate a guy every now and then. I don't want to be
dominated, but just to...
You need to get dominated. You need all these things.
Every once in a while.
You need Kate to smack you open-handed in the face like Khabib did to Conor McGregor in the 3rd round. Just bitch-slap you and call you a faggot. Eat my pussy, you little fucking faggot.
You know,
and you're like, fuck you. Don't call me a faggot. I'm not a faggot.
You need a girl to throw you down and just sit on your face.
Then she backhands you with like a glove. Eat my pussy, you fucking little Jew faggot. And you're like, don't call me a Jew. You're anti-Semitic and all this shit.
Wait, Lee, do you eat ass?
No. Not